the suppression of the use of marijuana and of the forces lurking behind it are the most important jobs this department is now engaged in. In 1930, the records on marijuana in the Washington office of the Narcotics Division scarcely filled a small folder like this. Today, they fill cabinets.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Coloradians, and everyone that's smart enough to listen from the outside.
It's one of the most amazing plants we've ever discovered.
The pot party, the trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
I got Winnie Bucks!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another week of Stoned Appetite with your host, as always, it's me, Kip. To my left, back in studio, it's a balmy 61 degrees here today. I got CB. How are ya?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to be back in the studio, especially coming off a great episode from last week.
Lauren was great, wasn't she?
Oh, I had a blast.
She was a hoot.
It sucked. It was virtual.
Or no,
we'll make up for that.
We got to get her back in because she was a hoot and a holler. I had a blast goofing off with her. We've got a great episode today, though, too. Are you excited?
I am.
We've got the Beard nominations have dropped since we last recorded, so we're going to talk about all of the Denver representation that we'll see on the ballot, at least through the semifinals. There's another industry or entity that has just totally shit the bed on their tops of the town. We'll talk a little bit about that as well. We've got TV and movie recaps. We're talking True Detective, Love on the Spectrum, Survivor, and The Bachelor. I'm getting all fired up. But before we do all of that, let's touch base with the queen of the pod. Oh, what?
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
Thanks. Y'all are sharing the casting couch today as we get closer and closer. Just say it. You love us.
Hi.
Do you love us?
No, I don't know.
You did give me a high five, albeit it was...
It wasn't great, I'll admit it.
No, but we did connect on the high five. You mentioned you were tired.
I am tired.
Long weekend.
No, I just didn't sleep well, and I didn't take enough edibles. There's someone in the house.
Yeah, we have. We're launching our series, The Munchie
I know, I'm
Minute,
just making
with
sure
chefs
you know.
coming in. Yeah,
okay.
So we're gonna have some chefs popping in throughout the season because we're doing things like The Munchie Minute, where we get wizards of not only the culinary world joining us to get their take and taste of cannabis products that are on shelves now. So if for any reason, I don't know why y'all would ever do it, but you trust us with your food recs, well, now you're going to meet some of the chefs that we are friends with and with the food that they love. We're going to get their takes on some of the cannabis products. So if you're looking for a delicious bar, maybe a new gummies hit the shelf, you'll hear a couple of those ants marching just above us on the upstairs of the studio. All right, so it sounds like Eve is vibing off the weekend. Chris, let's start with you. Best Bites, what'd you get into this weekend? Do you have a mountain report we need to know about? Anything cool?
No mountain report this weekend, but there is a storm on the horizon, I believe.
What, are you going to get, like, drunk and drive? Or you mean like a literal storm?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Storm. I didn't know. I thought you were...
I think, like, next weekend, the southern mountains are supposed to get hit, but I think all of them are going to get hit. So maybe I'll have a mountain report in a week or so.
Hell yeah.
But as far as the weekend went, it was funny. Steph and I thought it would be fun to go to a store and do the registry. And I thought they would, like, hand you a gun.
Like at Walmart for the big items?
Yeah,
they don't give you that?
You can just go around and just fucking shoot shit. No, it's all, like, done through your phone now, and it doesn't really work, so it was just lame.
Where'd you go?
We went to Crate and Barrel.
Ooh, fancy.
But so, anyways, we were down in Cherry Creek area, and afterwards, we were both like, fuck, let's get a drink. And so we ended up going to Hillstone.
Ooh, the best chicken Caesar salad in the land.
I'm not going to lie, man. Hillstone is a machine, and boy, do they whip up some martinis.
Yeah, they're like $1 at lunch. Or at least you think they are with how many, like, fucking cougars that are just hanging out there on the prowl.
It was the scene. It was funny, but that was just something funny we did because we're in Cherry Creek. Might as well go to Hillstone.
It reminds me a lot of like a Miller Lite. Like it's the same everywhere you go, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like there's a time and a place for a Miller Lite after a baseball game, at a baseball game. It's that kind of cut of like if you see it, you know what the menu's going to have on it. You know they're going to deliver in spades around that set. It's like missionary sex. It is what it is. Yeah. It's serviceable. It gets the job done. I come. Maybe they don't. It's like that every time I visit.
It's better sex than the sex with like Applebee's and TGI.
Oh, I disagree. Those are the people that are like, fuck me in the bathroom right now. It's going to be, you're going to catch something when you're doing it, but at the same time, it's a cheap thrill. You're like, yeah, I did Dollaritas and the Applebee's sampler platter. You come home full, you're probably going to have to shit your brains out, and the hangover is going to be wicked because of how much sugar's in it. I think of them as like one of those rough bathroom sex sessions, whereas Hillstone is definitely missionary. But it's also serviceable, it's practical, and at the same time, I come every time. And so you can't beat it.
Yes.
I mean, out of Cherry Creek, I respect that place a lot more than some of the others in the area.
Agreed. I'm glad we see eye to eye on that. But then, anyways, on Saturday, just kind of kicked it. Decided to watch Oppenheimer. But we went down to the 7-Eleven to get some snacks. You'd be proud of me. I got a bag of popcorn, Nerd gummy clusters.
Red or blue?
Blue.
Oh, nice save.
And then we got like a box of the, like the Crunch ice cream bar, or popsicle or whatever. We got those.
Dibs?
Yeah.
They're called Dibs, and they have a name, Chris. Don't just
Crunch
like.
Dibs.
I think they're just called Dibs, Nestle Dibs. For a stoner food podcast, you really got to polish up your 7-Eleven shopping game. But that doesn't sound like a bad haul. You got something savory, you got something sweet, you got something cold, and you have the hot on the other side. And eating the Dibs at home juxtaposed to when you get them at the movie theater is a solid option because you can do halvesies and then throw them in the freezer so you don't compromise your fingers. But hear me out, and we've had this discussion before, and we'll get our movie aficionado fucking Casablanca over there to that's what your new nickname is, because she just throws shit at us all the time. But when you can mix and match a little sweet in with the popcorn, it's a delicate dance, not overpopulating one to the other. When the ratio is right, few things are better and it hits harder. But Reese's Pieces is usually that thing that you add into the popcorn.
That's what you throw in the popcorn?
Yeah. I mean,
back and forth.
if you say Raisinets, I'm canceling this podcast and we're bringing in the chef to be my co-host.
I'm not saying Raisinets, but I will say Goobers. The chocolate-covered peanuts. You throw those in the popcorn.
I mean,
All right,
put them in
Grandma.
the fucking penalty box.
Jesus
Eve, what did
Christ.
you do this weekend? Goobers? That's
What
not
do
even...
you throw into popcorn?
I don't usually throw anything in there.
But if you had to throw something into it.
Probably maybe something with caramel or the Reese's, like peanut butter and that.
Yeah,
But yeah,
packet.
Goobers.
Chocolate-covered
I
peanuts.
got some for you to try.
I guarantee you there's people that are listening out there that...
Yeah, everyone's grandmas
I
are
don't
all
think
on
it's
board.
yeah, exactly. It's the people that buy those little strawberry, like, wrapped candy,
Yeah.
hard candies. That's your audience, Chris. And there's nothing wrong with that. Chris is about to be like, yeah, not the actual Werthers, but the ones that come in the see-through, like caramel-looking wrappers, the ones that are like the cigarette-stained color of a wall. That's your MO.
He doesn't even get the name brand. You get like the
Knockoffs? Yeah. It's all right, Chris. I don't judge you. But that is a great haul from 7-Eleven. I'll give you the tip of the cap on that. Eve, if you were talking, I missed it. Did you elaborate on what you did this weekend and why
No.
you're so tuckered out when you got here today?
No. I went to Kike's.
Oh.
I was there on Thursday.
Oh, it was delicious. I had their churros too. So I was like, why not? The dip, fucking great.
The cinnamon,
It
or
comes
the
with
icing?
chocolate and there's a special name for it. I'm sorry, I'm not. Anyway, the dips for it were great.
God, y'all are so white
I know.
weed bros.
I'm not.
What tacos do you have?
I did the birria, chicken, al pastor.
Ooh, nice. Good varietal.
Yeah. No, I didn't. I got this to go.
That's still not bad. I literally tried to go by today to grab some on my way to Akimbo. It was closed and it broke my heart. So I'm going to end up there this
it's
week.
closed Sunday, Monday.
Yeah, that's
Which
just
is weird. Why wouldn't you open on Sunday? 'Cause they do good business, it seems.
it's a family business. They may want to spend that time with their family.
Fuck your family. Serve me food.
Chef Kike, we were just kidding. Don't listen to Eve. She knows not what
Feed
she
me.
needs. Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm proud of that decision.
I know,
Get out there
right?
and trying some of our faves.
I mean, it's hard to beat that. I had pho huang again because their dim sum is fucking delicious and it's a pretty good deal. I may have exaggerated on prices. There is nothing that's $3.55. They start at $4. So that's on me. I feel bad. I misled the community, but at the same time, It slaps. I kept it casual. Birthday party, watched football. Oh, I went to some place up in Louisville yesterday. It was all right.
Well, hold on though. You went to Greeley. Did you have any?
Chris, where was
it? Bite or?
Empire State Pizza's not bad. It's a no frills $1. Like you can get a slice, a side, a drink for $8. So I love a good bang for your buck. We were just talking about Applebee's waitresses not 5 minutes ago. At the same time, Luna's Tacos ain't it. It's kind of in the camp of like a pinche taco, and it just wasn't it. It left a lot to be desired. But at the same time, they were doing something really nice for our friends and sponsors over at Starbuds. So I was happy to at least give them the tip of the cap. But I'm not going to send anybody up there when I'm up there. There's a little food truck on the other end of the main drag going out of Greeley that I would thoroughly recommend over more. But if you're trying to find yourself a quality Yako, I would recommend going all the way through town to the little strip on the outside of town, on the opposite side of Greeley. It's going to drive me crazy. Like Frida's Kitchen, I think is what it's called. And it's in like a parking lot for like a tow company. That's how you know it slaps.
Yep.
All right, so we covered the weekend. Before we dive into, should we do beard first or should we do 5280's thing?
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Over the weekend, fucking started my taxes.
Ooh.
Fucking sucks. And especially now, like, I'm I'm a freelancer for Westward, so I'm trying to figure out, get those forms in. I just wish I had somebody that was knowledgeable and that could help me out.
Chris, well, do I have a story for you? Our friends over at Seed Money Consulting, they're sticking with us despite my 4-minute testimonial last week. They're like, fuck yeah, keep going. I don't care if you say the F word. Reach out to our friends at Seed Money Consulting. It does not matter what industry you may be in. For individuals, for small business owners, whatever the financial services you may be looking for in 2024, it could be one-off, just like tax preparation. You don't have to do the full CFO in a box. No matter what you may be looking for, they can handle it. They're a local-based company. It's called Seed Money Consulting. We joked last week because we had our cannabis friend Lauren on the podcast. We were talking about people that work in the cannabis space, people that operate in the gray area, that they're great for them. They're great for fucking everybody. It doesn't matter if you host a podcast, if you do private dinners across the state for birthday parties, infusions, and everything in between. It doesn't matter if you are a paint shop or you do just artwork. Whatever it may be, they're there for you. If you want to know more, you can reach out. It's just Google Seed Money Consulting is the best way to do it. They're literally located in Greenwood Village. If you go down there, you can double dip and get Carrera's tacos for a personal meet, but you can literally schedule a time to speak with them over the phone. Locally based, they work with lots of our friends from the restaurant industry to the cannabis space. Whether you're a podcast host or a vlogger, no matter the situation, they're there to help. So check them out. Tell them we sent you. Absolutely no benefit will come from that, but it makes us feel a little bit better. And I swear to God, we've been working with them for a year and a half. We have yet to be audited. They've helped us save fist load of money. And if you're worried about leaving money on the table, maybe, with your job, you have extraordinary expenses, like eating at food trucks. That could very well be a deductible for you, Chris. No matter your game, no matter your industry, they are there to help. It doesn't matter. There are no minimums for how much money you made last year. They're here to assist in all facets. Reach out to my guy, Sam, Shahab, the whole team over there at Seed Money. They're fucking awesome. They're great people, too. I like goofing off with them.
One-stop shop.
Yes, sir. All right, speaking of one-stop shops, do we do beard first or do we talk about the negative first? Let's talk about the positives. I'm a positive motherfucker. Let's dive into the beard. We don't oftentimes shit on awards in Colorado. We do. I feel like they did really fucking well this year for the semifinals. Like, the Beard Foundation does play a little politicking, as is everybody, but their politics are a little bit different. Like, oh, this person from Denver won last year, so we maybe need to share the love. Let's go find someone, from a different part of the region to kind of hold the fort down. Knowing good and well last year we had more than enough chefs that were qualified to win, but this year, man, we're coming back in droves. Chris, we've got a doozy of a list. And, for things like outstanding restaurant, the ever impossible reservation from Beacon, they're right there in the fucking hunt. I mean, they very well have a great chance this year to win Outstanding Restaurant, especially after getting the nod from the Michelin Guide and the fact that they really are just cooking up a storm over there. They have a great chance. And I think that was, I mean, there's somebody from everywhere in this region of this conversation for best restaurant, so it's a fairly star-studded, but we're putting one of our best up for the competition. You know, it's like, it's a little bit Hunger Games-y. Like, they're definitely a District 1, District 2 operation.
Yeah, and best new restaurants, that's who.
Yeah.
Shout out to that team, like, getting that.
Anna and me killed it, man. They kill it.
In the front of the house. I know a few of those folks over there, and they've worked hard to really get that thing going.
Yeah, and before we dive into some of our friends that are on the Best Chef Mountain region, we'd be remiss if we didn't give a quick nod to our buddy Chef Ken, who was on the podcast from MacFam when they turned Meta Asian Kitchen into a brick and mortar. He's up for Best New Chef when in actuality he's been slaying it. It's just Avanti just scares quality people from coming in there, and that's why that nobody technically knew about him by this recognition. That's more of an Avanti problem because they are fucking slaying it over there on South Broadway, and they're open daily for lunch. It's like the perfect stoner snack, and if you know what you're hunting, whether it's rice noodles, fucking chicken wings, or cheese sticks, or just a quality like fried tofu dish, they've got something for everyone. He's gonna make some waves. He's gonna make some waves, as will Clara and the team over at Sunday Vinyl, up for best.
Shout out to those guys for the wine program.
I mean, they kill it. The vibe in there is second to none, and how they do fun and inviting ways to get you involved with, like, you can just be some novice that loves Taylor Swift, me and Jamie, but at the same time, when they do fun pairings where it's like glitz and glam, or, you know, like, they pair wine beautifully with the tunes to make it more inviting and inclusive for everyone, when we've seen year after year that the wine scene is definitely a kind of a interesting group and a tough nut to crack. They've made it fun and approachable for all folks, and the price point on the menu's not bad. So I really like Clara's chances over there. Not to mention the wine program itself is legit as fuck.
Yeah, you can really get some affordable wines that are exciting to try there, and they'll lead you in the right direction. So I highly recommend it.
Yeah. And then, of course, we've gone to bat for these folks time after time. Carolyn and Alan at Poulette are up for Best Bakers in America. This one, I think they have a solid fucking chance. Maybe they may get mistaken or not like Outstanding Pastry Chef. They may get dinged for not being like in a big, robust area, like being in downtown Denver, where the rest of these are like in, you know, San Fran or these big cities. They're a little bit more in the Parker, but if you haven't had the opportunity to experience these pastries, we've said it time and time again. Like, I've gone full fellatio. I don't think there's anything more I can do. I carry their water. I bear their torch. I cannot express how fucking excellent they are, and I'm glad to see they're starting to get their flowers.
I still dream about the fritter.
The apple fritter?
I mean, like, you know, you may be like, oh, well, I mean, they make everything really great, like macaroons and all that, but goddamn, that fritter. That gave me the good sweats. Yeah,
and you know, those are the same sweats that you kind of get when you eat too much meat, or maybe you smoke the wrong vape pen at dinner. Happened to me at Linger. I was profusely sweating. Made a really solid impression with some clients the other day. But I'll tell you what, the food over there it's gone downhill mightily. I can't not recommend it enough. Like, I mean, shit. If you're going to be in the area, just opt for Heather. I would recommend Jacques, Kawani as the top two over there. If you're in that neighborhood and you're looking for something really delicious, those would be my 1A, my 1B. Nana's Dim Sums, and then obviously fucking Uncle. And they're still doing 2 for 1 if you order their ramen through Toast, the app. You can order pickup, buy one, get one free through the rest of the month. So if you're listening to this on the 30th of January, you got 2 fucking days. I saw that today, so I wanted to give an ode to Uncle, and we were talking low-high. But anyways, back to the topic at hand.
Moving to Best Chef.
We've got a litany, dude.
Dude, we really
got to go to Marigold.
Yes, like
I wanted to go for my birthday. I know. I wanted to go for my birthday, and we ended up just doing drugs. Did you just not include her on a team dinner? She is
He
quite
was like,
literally the
team
stir
dinner,
that draws the drink.
Team dinner, you and me. That's it.
To see if I could get a rise out of her.
Nice.
No, you didn't. No,
Hey,
you just completely forgot about
I
my
think Chris knows
existence.
that if it came down to it, it's like, oh, who? I'm inviting Eve. Like, it's a get
I
to
don't
know
know.
Theo and the team up there. If y'all haven't heard, Marigold is the name of the restaurant. There's a real main drag right there through Lions next to a nice little diner. Moxie Bread is up there. I've gone up there and been too early as a walk-in, and I was like, fuck, I got to keep going on the lonely road. We've got to go up there. They're fucking killing it. Everyone's swearing by it. The top chefs in the community are dining up there on a weekly basis. We're doing ourselves a disservice. And really, I don't think we're doing our job well enough. And that's on me, Chris. I got to be better. If I'm going to lead from the front, we've got to eat at Marigold.
Let's make that happen in February.
Yeah, and, we really need to keep circling back to a lot of these restaurants because, Roz and fucking Diego over at Lucinia out there in the Park Hill right around the Tables on Kearney former area, that's another location that is on the short list for our best chefs is Roz and Diego.
And their happy hour over there is absolutely banging.
If you remember, they said they do everything except for Mexican food. So when they talk Latin cuisine, they're trying to showcase the other parts of both Central and South America. And man, do they fucking deliver in spades. That place is delicious. Same for the sisters at La French. They opened their second location. The first one of La French being down in the DTC. We've gone to bat for them many a time. They opened a new one right there at 9th and Colorado next to the movie theater. That's appointment visiting as well. They do some unbelievable. What is it? Beef bourguignon? Is that how you say it? Yeah. Thanks. I'm French. We got the chef's green light over there. That's one you've got to check out. And then our friends that have done our cannabis events, they are also on the list. First off, Chef Penelope from Yan Wonton. Y'all can't see it, but I'm doing the oh fuck yeah, because goddamn, I would do anything for those dumplings. They fucking kill it. Her, Knockers, Caroline, they're absolutely wizards in the kitchen. I love them. And shout out to Rob in the front of house holding the fort down. Now that they have that brick and mortar, because they were in a truck last year when they not only took down the competition in our March Madness, but now that they have a brick and mortar, I think it could be Penelope's year. If that's my horse I'm betting on. I have a feeling Penelope's going to, because it was a white dude in Idaho last year. So what's the exact antithesis? An Asian woman from Denver.
I think if you look at a resume or a body of work and you see like, okay, food truck,
March Madness winners.
Murdered it. Yeah, obviously Stone Appetit March Madness winner, huge notch. But then like to move that into a successful space where you're starting to get more creative, I mean, what doesn't scream?
And we said something similar about Dave Hadley. Like these folks coming from the smaller pop-up scenes, and I think Ken and the team from MacFam are in that same vein of you give them a full fucking kitchen and give them the free time to kind of get back there and fuck around and find out. I mean, she's doing an excellent job with the bird call sandwich. They're selling more units than anything else in history. I mean, Eve just gave me another hand signal. I don't know what she's doing over here. She's like in the Air Force. What's it called? I can't wait to see what comes out of her kitchen next, but I have a sneaking suspicion she may be bringing home a medal from Chicago. And that would have been a great end to this whole segment, but we would be remiss if we didn't give a shout out to Chef Bo and Molotov over there on Colfax. If you're going to go out on Colfax these days, this is the motherfucking reason why. Misfit and Molotov, they're fucking delicious. They're creative in everything they create, creative in everything they put out. The cocktail program, the food, the seasonal ingredient usage, not to mention they're just great people and they're doing a lot of good things with their platform. I can't speak highly enough about Chef Bo and the great food that's coming out of the kitchen at Molotov. It's going to be a doozy. And then don't forget about our friends in the mountain like Maddie Valter. Used to be under Alex over at Mercantile, went up the mountain, started Rootstock, shortlisted, and then he opened another one, Radicchio, just like 3 months ago. He's got a stranglehold on the actual quality food in Breckenridge rather than eating in like a Vail Resort style dining experience. There's quality restaurants up there, and while it's a little bit expensive, it's not like Matsuhisa. It's not crazy expensive. It's very approachable, and it's a friendly price point in terms of mountain towns, and the food is dank as fuck. So it's going to be a sight to see come finalist nods and see who's going to Chicago. You know who's not going to Chicago? The team behind the 5280 Society page that's doing Tops of the Town. It just looks like utter fucking chaos on their voting for the Tops of the Town. Like, oh my God. When you look at some of these restaurants that are on the short list, I want to punch myself in the face just for entertaining the concept. Hire us. We will come help you. Follow our lead. Use our March Madness or use Westward. They even gave us the same nod. They know we're great. But when I went to go vote for our friends at the Easy Vegan, my eyes started bleeding. It's like everything's either if you click on like the viable options or the nominees already, it just feels like I'm talking to one of those influencer groups. It's like, oh yeah, best Mexican, Los Dos Patrios. And if not there, Hacienda. Like, fuck out of here. Those are not quality restaurants. It's totally masking over the actual deliciousness in town. Not to mention one of the best food hall options was Mukja, the food truck that does the Korean cheese pulls. It didn't even make fucking sense. That's how just befuddling the whole categorization was. Sorry, Eve. I fucked that word up. I was on my soapbox. You can't stop me when I get on a roll.
You know, on the James Beard thing, though, we're still waiting for the audio, all those boards.
Yeah, let's maybe not hold our breath on that one.
And then one shout out to Kelsey back home in Alabama.
Oh, that's a good call. Yeah, Bernhardt. We'll see her at the wedding, huh?
I believe so.
Man, I can't wait. It's going to be a hoot and a holler. But, yeah, there's a lot of solid representation from the South, friends of ours. Yeah. Shout out to Hunter Evans as well. I forgot about that.
Segue, but, yeah, that 5280 scene thing seems a little bit ridiculous.
Sus. But we're cheering for our friends over at Easy Vegan. I followed the link, and I thought I was going to have a virus on my phone afterwards. I was like, this is how someone steals our Instagram password, is me following the 5280 scene to what looks like a Word file. It looked like Creed Thoughts for those that watch The Office. That's what I thought I was signing up for. So if you get that joke, definitely go vote for our friends Easy Vegan for Tops of the Town via 5280 Society. Also, yes, our DMs are open. We're willing to do this for a minimal fee of $1,000. We'll help you pick out your teams. Oh my God, I felt dumber for trying to do it. I just had to do that. I had to get that off my chest with the beards, and then I tried to help support our friends, and it looks like a disaster, so I'm angry. All right, we're in the home stretch, Chris. Eve, what are we missing? Anything?
TVs, film.
Well, I thought that's what you were going to talk
TV
about
and
next.
film.
Yeah.
TV and film this week is brought to you by our friends over at Mr. B's. Dry January is coming to an end, and there's no better way to Netflix and chill than with some quality wine and maybe a shitty option for popcorn from 7-Eleven. We're going to talk about all these things coming through the season, from the Survivor season that launches. It's TV butter. Survivor launches right after the Super Bowl. We have The Bachelor in action. I caught up on Love on the Spectrum. It's a tearjerker of a show. Y'all really need to watch it. It really gives hope to everybody. But right now we're in the midst of True Detective Season 4, Episode 3. And what's the other one I'm watching right now? There's a few other ones. Death and Other Details is a pretty solid one. I'm not sure I want to give my seal of approval on that one yet, so let me get a little deeper. That show airs on Tuesdays on Hulu. All right, let's dive into True Detective Season 4, Episode 3.
Yes, so I have not had the chance to watch this quite yet.
Oh, well, I'm about to piss all over your feet.
Okay, it's okay, because it sounds like not a whole lot happened.
No. This is the same problem we saw with the Vince Vaughn, Taylor Kittich season. It does so deep of like this foundation that then they have to rush to get it through. And then we have this like convoluted end of like 7 subplots that never get like finished or like come to like fruition. It's starting to get infuriating, but everybody in town knows that Jodie Foster fucks like a minx, and I'm about it. We're also starting to learn a little bit more about the other details of how the two cases are connected, and more of the voodoo magic style. The magic voodoo style stuff is coming back, and old boy is out of a coma with the frostbite where his arm was falling off. He's back.
Is that the guy that, like, the one that wasn't there?
He was frozen, and they like broke his arm off, and he goes, "Rah!" And then they were like, holy shit, he's fucking alive. That guy wakes up for the episode 3. So that's the only quality piece. There's a little bit of a jerker right in that instance. There's no more sex standing up. It was just a very mid episode. It was like an Applebee.
Eve, did you watch? Or you haven't watched it all yet, have you?
No, I haven't.
Well,
Which I don't know if I want to now. If that episode's already 4 episodes in, it's like slowing down.
It's 3.
3.
Episodes in.
Don't worry about Kip's analysis.
Yeah, if we've seen anything, what I hate, you usually like, and what I like, you usually hate. I mean, so if I'm giving it like a C, you're going to be like, fuck yeah, that was an A-. The cinematography was great. They
I don't
shot
talk
it from
like
dark.
that. I don't talk like that.
bit.
No, I don't.
This is your other homework assignment.
What?
Get back on schedule so we can have meaningful conversations.
And I want y'all to both watch Love on the Spectrum.
No.
Why do you hate happiness, Eve? Like, why are you destined for
Dating
solitude?
shows really don't do anything for me.
Well, then let's talk about The Bachelor.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Let's.
That guy's a douchebag, and the constant use of tennis puns is driving me crazy.
Oh, is he a former tennis pro?
Yeah, it's very obvious this guy just fucked all the house moms at his club in San Diego, but after being on the show, he moves back to Philadelphia because
Gross.
he needed his support of his family as he gets paid to be on this TV show and make out with a bunch of women. And then, of course, the producers keep this sandbagging son of a bitch, this girl that just causes drama, to cause it. One thing I want to ask Jesse Palmer, because I know the ABC Bachelor team listens to this podcast intently, they've got to just do the wholesome route. Like, everyone liked the Golden Bachelor because it was actually true and authentic. Not everyone except for Eve.
No, you didn't hear about him? I'll tell you offline.
Oh no, is he a douchebag?
Yeah.
A bad person?
Yeah.
He's sleeping around?
He's a philanderer.
He didn't not date after his wife died, so he lied about that. He had someone live with him, and then he dumped her when she gained 10 pounds.
Oof.
And then he acts like he was like this restaurateur or something. No, he like fixed hot tubs or some bullshit. Like it
Now
was,
that I can believe.
it was
I called
bullshit.
him a
And he
goober.
split rent 50-50. And when they went out to dinner, he'd make him split it, but he'd want her to slide him the card so he'd look like a man paying, even though they were like technically splitting it. All this bullshit. He's a hobosexual, if you know that term.
I don't.
Hobosexual.
And I don't know that term, but everyone watched that season because the contestants
Right.
were
It intrigued
wholesome.
me.
Like, you know, like they don't need this person to stir the pot. Like if you had genuine humans come on this show, we would still watch it. You know, like not everyone needs to have like fake lip filler and like everything plastic. Like bring normal people, do a real season with people with a personality.
Somebody who's struggling with life maybe has a little bit of a beer gut.
Well, I'm not
Well,
saying.
where'd they get this guy? Has he been on it before?
Yeah, he was like
a finalist?
bridesmaid in a previous season. Like
He
got
like made
third
it top
place.
2 or
Yeah.
3.
And so he's just a little fuck boy as well from San Diego. So I'm hate watching this season already with these stupid fucking tennis puns, and everybody on the whole season is just a fucking douchebag. I'm still going to watch it, but I'm watching it out of hate and out of protest. I want the flag to be thrown. I'm watching it out of protest.
Can you recall one of the tennis puns?
No, but I'll start recording them because, as y'all know, I take pictures of our television a lot. Oh, it's just bad. And like they did intros, and people came out with like, "I can't wait to serve this up for you," and it's like, ugh, it's so bad.
Hanging fruit.
Yeah, it's real bad. Take me back to when Jimmy Kimmel's aunt was on The Golden Bachelor and she fell asleep on the couch and she's like, "Did I get picked?" That's the content I want to fucking see. And it may be the reason I like Love on the Spectrum. I'm mad about The Bachelor. It sucks. So Love on the Spectrum is my new show for right now. One of the guys, he got an Instagram. He has Asperger's, so his social cues are second to none. He's a lot like you, Chris. But at the same time, his social media has 150,000 followers, and people are now reaching out to him through Instagram to take him on dates. And so it's getting interesting. I'm only into the second season. Again, only 6 episodes.
Guys just getting hounded though?
He's like, somebody sent me a handmade soap bar, and he was like, I'm so excited about using it. Like, they're genuinely good people, unlike the Golden fucking Bachelor, apparently, which I could have seen that a mile away. He was not only a goober, but after he swung his whole persona after the fantasy suites, I knew something was afoot with that asshole. Fucking hobosexuals, is that the term?
He's a hobosexual.
And you have to start watching True Detective. You can have my HBO password.
I'll give it a shot. I'll give the first episode a shot.
Oh yes.
I'll try it.
All right. Fuck yes. Well, hey, y'all, we have a double dipper this week, so y'all get ready for Thursday's episode. And obviously Thursday, it will be February 1. So you should have gotten your W-2s from your companies. If you're a 1099er, don't forget to get yours from all of your contacts. And then if you need someone, reach out to our friends at Seed Money Consulting. Don't rely on someone like H&R Block. Don't use TurboTax and leave money on the table. Speak with someone that understands the double employee options. If you're working 2 jobs, maybe one of them is a side gig. There's ways to make sure you capitalize on the tax code. The government's never going to be there for you. So make sure that you work with someone that is. Seed Money Consulting, located right here in our backyard. They work with small business owners and individuals of all industries. Reach out to them. Did I miss anything, Eve? Anything we need to talk about?
Nope.
Okay, cool. Until next week, don't forget to stay high, stay hungry.
Love on the spectrum.
Fuck Whoppers.
Cheers!